Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. In today's video we're going to go over the sneak peeks for season 15, which is the theme of the Sacred Gambit. So for the first image you can see the newest heroes. The first hero is Child of Deceit, which means Loki, and she's a Glorian. No, it's a she again, Loki, but at least it's somewhat forgivable. For Lucifer I would have wanted her to be a male, but for Loki, it's whatever. I just wish they didn't use the name Loki and instead used a regular hero name, like a random hero, but it is what it is right now. So that's going to be the Glorian hero. And for the second hero, it's Death Calamity, which is the Death Knight. She's riding a horse, so she's somewhat reliable to Dullahan, or at least they look very similar, but she's going to be a Valiantor. Valiantors don't have a popularity for being strong. They're strong individual heroes like Pandora, Odin, Hades, but they are not strong in a singular team. And the last hero is going to be Hera, the Queen of the Gods, and she looks exactly same like Tiamat. In my opinion, they're both pretty much similar heroes, and she's going to be an Avenger. Now, if she's a Phantom Avenger, that's going to be absolutely broken. If she's a Monarch Avenger, that's also going to be a broken. But if she's like a striker, that likely means she's going to be a skip, because not a lot of striker Avengers see play, if any at all currently. Hecate even is benched, so striker Avenger, if she doesn't have a lot of strong skills, she's very likely to be benched. The same could be said for the Valiantor hero, so if she's not a Monarch or a Phantom or Protector, she's very likely to be benched. As for the Glorian, they always have a slot in PvP because of their synergies, control, immunity, and especially because Loki will be +2 Glorian, so it's easy to fit. So very likely to have a slot in the PvP. Now the second image shows us the Sacred Gambit, which I did go over in the previous video, so if you want to check out that short, it's everything explained about this game mode that we know in theory. But for the part that I didn't mention is the Rift Odyssey rewards will be updated, so the DD selectors will be updated up to season 10, which is amazing, which means Pandora will be available in the Hell ticket, whereas Dahlia and the rest will be available in the Nightmare ticket, so it's quite going to be easier to build them up to 12 stars. Then the fourth image shows off the Hellfire Steed. So this is going to be a GVG beast, which means just guild against guild content, so it's not even the tournament, it's just the battles inside the guild. So the Hellfire Steed can reduce the damage taken by our team in GVG battles by 50%. This is a pretty strong effect if coded correctly, but if not, then it won't matter, because we already do have an artifact with the same effect, the crown. So if it's coded like that, it won't be really impactful. If it's coded differently and actually reduces the damage by 50% after the damage is done, like Ape does the negation, then the pet will be impactful. But then again, nobody really cares about the GVG game modes. And then lastly, we have the look at the two newest relics, which is the Divine Plume. Divine Plume allows our heroes to ignore the target's defense when casting ultimate skills consecutively, and the Divine Plume enables our heroes to chase the enemy with the lowest HP and deal the ally with the lowest HP. The first skill is pretty irrelevant because it's similar to what the banner does, the defense break, the Deity Slayer, so it's not going to be relevant very likely unless they make bosses specifically to have a lot of defense that you won't be able to break otherwise. And the second effect is quite cool, so it makes all heroes kind of like assassins, which will be interesting to see in the PvP. And then the last relic is going to be the Loki's Crown, which is Crown of Schemes. And Crown of Schemes extends the duration of control effects inflicted on enemies and converts buffs received by enemies into debuffs. This screams broken in theory, so we will see how it's coded. But if it converts all the buffs into debuffs, it's definitely going to be a strong relic, especially because it extends the duration of CCs. But we can play around CC, so maybe Glorians will be a bit more popular again against this relic, but the buffs to debuffs conversion is definitely going to give us a trouble if it's going to be against heroes like Yorm or Elisha, and if it works against the 7 synergy passives. So that was it for the sneak peek for the season 15. Thank you for watching and see you in the next one.